Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Desert Flowers by Paul Penn, translated by Simon Bruni, performed by Emily Sutton-Smith. For Roberto, My House Among the Cactuses. Somewhere in the Baja, California desert, Mexico, sometime in the 60s. Rose opened her eyes, certain that something bad had happened. She slid her hand over the mattress to alert her husband. "Elmer," she whispered. He turned away. "Wake up." She pinched his back. "Someone's in the house." Elmer replied with a snore. Rose got out of bed. She tiptoed to the door, treading on the spots where the floor didn't creak. She pressed her ear against the wood. She heard herself swallow. Holding her breath, she wrapped her fingers around the handle. She turned it, paying attention to each click of the mechanism, then opened the door just enough for one eye to peek out. The moonlight that flooded the room spilled through the crack between her legs, pouring a silvery band onto the hallway floor. All her daughter's bedroom doors were closed. So was the bathroom door. Relieved, she let out the air she'd been holding in. Then Melissa's door swung open, blown by the night breeze. The hinges squeaked. "Melissa!" Rose yelled, coming out of the room. She released the door with such force that the handle hit the wall. Her footsteps rumbled in the hallway. She turned on the light in Melissa's bedroom. From shelves, rows of stones with eyes observed her. The bed was empty. "Melissa?" She lifted the sheet, looked under the bed. She swiveled around with her hands on her head, dizzy in a room that seemed enormous. "They've taken her," she whispered. She pressed her hands against her belly, twisting her nightgown as if her daughter had been snatched from her just after birth. Elmer appeared in the doorway. "They've taken her, Elm," she told him. "They've taken Melissa." "Nobody's been taken." "So where is she?" The question ended in a sob. Elmer held her against his bare chest, protecting her in his arms, calming her with his body's warmth. She rubbed her face against her husband's chest hair, let herself be rocked by his strong heartbeat. "They've taken her from us." Elmer led her to the bedroom window. He invited her to look outside, guiding her chin with his fingers. A single bulb glowed at the top of a wooden post, projecting a field of light onto the desert's reddish sand. It also cast its light on Elmer's pickup, parked near a cactus taller than the vehicle. "See," he said. "There's nothing out there. There's nobody." Beyond the post, everything was dark. Only the moonlight made it possible to make out the silhouettes of the rocks and cacti that filled the landscape as far as the eye could see. "Nobody's going to come all this way." Rose looked at the empty bed. "So where's my daughter?" She felt her absence in her chest, in her belly. "I'm here, Mom." Melissa spoke from the doorway. In her hands she carried a rock with eyes. She directed a question at her father. "Again?" Elmer nodded. "I went out to speak to the cactuses, Mom." She pointed to her dust-covered slippers as proof. "Although the only one who paid any attention to me was Needles. I don't know what the matter is with Pins today." Rose hugged her. "I was so frightened," she whispered in Melissa's ear. "I love you all so much." She breathed in the smell of her daughter's hair, filling the void in her chest. Over her shoulder, she asked Elmer if she'd woken the rest of the girls with all the racket. "They didn't even notice," he answered. Melissa closed her eyes and covered them with her hands to show her sister she wasn't going to cheat. "Are you sure you can't see anything?" they asked at the same time. "How could I?" Melissa heard both of them laugh. She pictured them waving their arms around in front of her, feigning that they were going to thump her or pulling faces to make her react. "Come on, stop that. Go hide." 4 feet padded around her. The sand crunched under their shoes as they moved away. Melissa could hear that they'd synchronized their steps so that their feet landed at the same time, an attempt to minimize any sounds that might give away.